Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game 1 the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play by email match against Deaniks. He's a Japanese player, and for me it is the Allied side. Now it is 29th December 41, the last days of this year. The Japanese switching one more base at Manila. My task forces are merging, and American subs are trying to intercept your shipping in north of Japan, but failed. Okay, next time. And it looks like the Japanese are arriving at New Caledonian. So you can see the first assault division is here, landing north of Nomaya at the dot base. I was not able and not even tried to reinforce the position at Nomaya so far. For me it is more important to hold Pop Moresby. And there was a hit but no explosion. Mark 14 special. And Japanese Navy search at New Zealand. So means I have now a clear confirmation where's the enemy carrier fleet. They are not at Fiji or Pago Pago. Manila, the next air battle. Next attempt from the Japanese side to break the American defense here. And yeah, I cannot win the battle, but both sides have high losses. These are the Japanese Navy bombers attacking here my incoming and outgoing supply lines for Manila. Dropping bombs out of 6,000 feet, no hit. Japanese support bombers here at the central area of China. I don't really have anything to counter this. Clear terrain, no fort level, so a lot of damage on the ground. Key 30s, they can transport a 250 kilogram bomb, so this have really high impact value. And Mavises. Same story, still no hit. Also 6,000 feet, a little high for a Navy strike. One of my local minesweepers was hit by a scout airplane. So, naja. And critical loss. That is maybe out of Porta Princesa, the Jakes, and they're carrying only 60 kilogram bomb hits, but if you have so many hits in short time span, then of course this is a heavy fire, heavy damage, so this 1 AG is lost. The rest looks not too active. Still no really fast track on Palmbang or even Barley Pakpan, Tarakan are not attacked by the Japanese so far. Good, so the dot base here in the north. I have here only one real fighting unit and a little support. But fort level 2 reduced now to level 1. Yeah. not a defeat, but also no victory for me. And here are more bombardments. But the Japanese are outclassing the Chinese now. This over double AV. It's really time to retreat. And this is the attack on Mall Mine. I have only the 2 block forces, and they're of course not strong enough to hold. And they're falling back north, mostly destroyed. And the Japanese trying to retake the bases they had once before, but flipped back to the British control. And Nadine is also now lost to the Japanese. Okay, no one is there. So again, not too aggressive turn, and this is good. In roughly 2 more weeks, I can maybe start to strike back locally. Let's see. Good. See you soon again. Good. So the turn was again very soft overall, but we had a strong air battle over Manila. So there's at least something to discuss. Again, the air losses are nearly 1-to-1. The Japanese lost 16 airframes, means 14 zeros and a Betty. For me, it was mostly buff P-40s, but also the Philippine Air Force was trying to help with the P-26. This is, of course, not more than a meat shield, but again, better to protect the P-40s, and losing P-26, I have no real other use for it. Good, ships lost. There was only this AMC local minesweeper killed by 60 kilogram bomb hit by search aircraft. And I lost out of this 18 airframes only 7 wounded pilots. So no one directly killed, and out of the 7 wounded, maybe 5 are returning in some 1 or 2, 3 months. Good. So no disaster. I would still say solid defense. And I really don't try to win here the war in the first 2-3 weeks of the campaign. There was also the Yorktown. It just arrived at San Diego. While I will maybe keep the carrier nearby. I have to reform and rebuild and change here some stuff with the carriers, and waiting maybe for the first upgrade of April, because this will really increase flag power. With the Allied side, you cannot really reform too many air wings, so you have this Navy air wings. They are very hard to reform. They have always a already changing date, so long as the airframe have a changing date, you cannot really make a free change. But this is all Navy equipment, so this is not easy, because March 43, so it must still wait. And then they will call them back, so this is not possible. But what is possible, what I learned in now playing the Allied side, is you have Navy, but you also have if it's changing, Marines. And Marines is much easier. Not all you can change, but some you can change, and but I think I call them all back now. Oh, pity. Maybe here. Here's Enterprise, Reforming, yeah. So this air wing belongs to Marines, so not really carrier wing, but they're carrier capable, so I park them now on Enterprise, and in 3 months they will change to carrier trained and capable. Of course, you have the restriction that the Marines have other fighter upgrade paths or limitation, let's say this, what airframes you can use. But some stuff is for free, and some you must import, so it means you have to pay a fee to change the air wing to that airframe. But it's possible at least. And this allows me first to create 90 size air wings, and I can break them down. So in 3 months, if the wing is completely trained for carrier operation, I can split them up and use them for everywhere where I want or where I think it's needed. At least this opens some options. But this is all I can say about here the West Coast. Everything's fine, I would say. I also soon have the first carrier or air wings ready to go out. I train them first here off map. You can see that I have here 809 airframes in total at the East Coast training. But many are not ready because they are moving in or out, and then they are always damaged for some days. But I try to train the first bunch of pilots fast. Good, the rest is only shipping, nothing really to discuss. There was air operations here at New Zealand. I have no detection on this local minesweeper, so means this must be more or less max range. So the carrier fleet is maybe here somewhere, roughly speaking. The Japanese are also here with the tech division. So these are more or less like 3 Navy Guard units plus additional artillery flag guns, enough to take on the French garrison here. I only was able to drop some supplies and fuel to have something, but I sent no units here. Suva looks fine. I get nearly 20,000 supplies here, but still no fuel. That is just arriving, and I try to unload. Now that I know that the carriers are more in this direction, I can maybe unload a little fuel. And I have also American Navy search already nearby. So if I don't detect enemy carriers with my Navy search, then I would guess they are operating west of New Caledonia. In Brisbane, I have no Navy search. So I'm still lacking Catalina air wings. I normally need one in Brisbane and one in Fiji, and then I can operate all and maintain or protect and cover all open sea at New Caledonia, more or less. The Japanese are also here and at Tulagi now, but not strong at Rabaul. So I have here my submarines trying to intercept stuff incoming or outgoing out of Rabaul, but no, nothing here. I have also here my secret Navy search base somewhere nowhere, so I can see shippings here. Problem is that I don't have really anything can go and reach this kind of distance. I have a carrier, or 2 carriers are here, but the air wings are not really well trained. And it's still dangerous to run here around if I know that enemy carriers are nearby. So let's see what I can do with this. Nothing really else to discuss. There was only this one strong air battle over Manila. What was not a victory, but also not a disaster, because my pilots are still fine. I don't know, here's 1 wounded pilot. Here are 5 wounded pilots, so 6 wounded pilots here. And the Filipino air wing had also 1. You can see that this one belongs to the Philippines and not US Army. So they have other upgrade paths. I cannot really give them anything else, only this P-26. And the P-26 is less than a key 27. Really useless for fighting. It's too slow, have no maneuver values, I don't know. You can maybe attack some unescorted bombers with this, but not dogfighting. But what else I can do? Java Sea, everything looks fine. Singapore looks fine. The Japanese are taking again Malaya. I try to move stuff around to get here some more transport airplanes to Singapore. And with this additional transport capacity, I can maybe try to airlift more Malayan troops to Singapore to get here my assault value up to 600, maximum 700, something like this. The Japanese arrive in Mulmine. My block force was a little too slow, and now they are half destroyed. Okay, what I can do, I can keep them here to maybe block Pegu. I was first, I want some units here to see how strong is the enemy. Now I know it's a full division and a little more. So this is too much for my forces. I can only try to defend Rangoon, but not strike back. And in China, the Japanese are focusing on this kind of area, and all the rest is ongoing. More and more airframes are arriving from north of China, so I was able to transfer all the northern or western Chinese air force to Sichuan and Xi'an. And so long I don't have 20,000 supplies in Xi'an, I will not really use this airbase, and I have here only Russian aircraft training stuff, and it's very time consuming. but the Western Air Force is already forming up. So I have now 3 air wings with P-40 air wings. The rest are still Russians. But this also means that I have now, this is my P-38 here ready. Yeah, this is all I think. So the second air wing is trying to fall back to Calcutta and then get an upgrade to real P-40Bs or P-40Es, whatever I have left. And this air wing is still trying to cover, but so far not really busy, protecting the Rangoon hex. So far I was still able to unload here more and more supplies, and every ton of supplies I can unload in Rangoon before the Japanese are here, I can transfer to China, and this will help me in the long run. Good, see you next time, take care, bye bye.